Hello everybody and welcome back to Super Robot Wars Z2 Hakai Hen. Now I have some things to talk about regarding my channel and stuff like that. I usually just find these videos as a good way to talk about those kind of things because I can't necessarily talk about the story or much of the gameplay there because it's pretty simple and you can just watch what I'm doing to get at the general gist. But yeah, you want to get this pilot skill that I'm giving to a lot of these pilots because because you'll need a lot of vitality for this one guy you'll have to fight, and you're gonna want to equip the Haro on Crow here, and probably give the several ICS parts to lock on. You'll see me do it here because because Crow needs to get close to a certain enemy. If you have another another unit that's more upgraded than Crow and does more damage, then you'll want to use him instead. But to get the SR point on this map, you're gonna have to do something special here. I'm just gonna look. I remember it generally, but I'm gonna look it up here so you guys know. So you have to defeat the Dimensional Monster Rhino Daemon MD and to get the SR point here, and he retreats under 5,000 HP or on turn 4. Now that doesn't mean you have turn 4 to reduce him to finish him off. He leaves right when turn 4 starts, so you're gonna have to finish him off on turn 3. Now Brasa is the highest, he's the most upgraded unit that I have, so I put Haro on him because this stage took me a while to actually get done. Well, I got the stage done before, right? I got the SR point, but the thing is that Hakai there, well, we know who he is now. It's the guy in the black unit. You control him, but he doesn't join your party. If he dies, you failed the mission. He's only died on me once, which is why I was so surprised when he died that one time. Because I've done the stage several times and I realized Crow doesn't move in close enough for it to work. Well, actually he does. Instead, I didn't realize Gravion had a very strong attack. And I did finish off that Rhino Daemon over there. But the issue what happened is that because I got a game over, you can't get the SR point. Now I didn't destroy a single unit, which is why I thought, oh, maybe the game would, well, it's not that I thought anything, I just didn't think anything of it when I got the game over. And after I got the SR, or after I did the condition to get the SR point, I realized, wait a minute, I gotta do this all over again, don't I? And yep. So yeah, the second Hakai touches hurts the Rhino Daemon, or at least the Rhino Daemon attacks you, reinforcements will appear. Now you're going to want your units in a similar configuration that I have, especially if you've just been doing what I've been doing. With the pilot ability to boost their will, I don't think I actually mentioned that it boosted their will. It lets them do a lot of their best moves right from the get-go. I think they might have better moves that they'll get later down the line, but at this point in the game, you want as many of the stronger moves as you in this stage. You want as many of the stronger moves as you can have access to, because that Rhino Daemon MD over there takes a significant amount. You need to do a significant amount of damage, or else his barrier will just block your attack. Now Gravion over there can do a crap ton of damage. Who is it? The guy with Sense on Gravion also has the ability to raise his morale, and you're gonna want to save his spirit point for that. AG here use his XL so he can get as close as possible. And overall, just do what I'm doing in the video, and you should be fine. I do lose Unit here, and that's Setsuna, but that isn't to the boss or anything. He loses to a few Mook units because I got unlucky and he just got hit. So that's the only reason why I lose Setsuna or Gundam Exia there. So yeah. I wouldn't say this is a good stage for grinding kills for Alto. You can, but the Genjus usually have high accuracy and high evade. Well, not necessarily evade, but high accuracy. So I think Alto would get hit more often than not. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't recommend this stage for grinding. If you want, you could after you get the SR point, but there's just a lot of enemies here. Like there's a boss that appears after you get the SR point, and when you destroy the boss, all the enemies retreat. So do what you want there. So anyway, let's get to what I wanted to talk about. Now, I've been thinking about doing marathons for certain games. Now, what I mean by marathon is that I upload a bunch of, perhaps over the course of a few weeks or a week, I upload the entirety of a game with parts coming out like one right after another. Now, this is going to need some preparation, as in I'm going to have to finish the entirety of a game before I even start uploading it, and considering how my uploading schedule works, like when I can't upload and it's best for my family members so it doesn't slow down their internet connection or whatever. Like, a download speed is fine, but our upload speed, like playing multiplayer games, I have brothers that play MMOs, and when I'm uploading they get it just doesn't work very well for them. So anyway, because of that, I would need to record everything way in advance, have everything completely ready to go, and then just upload it. As in, I'll select a date, perhaps a week from when I originally started uploading. So let's say September 1st, I started uploading September 1st, it won't go up until like September 11th or September 21st. Give me a few weeks to get everything uploading. Give me like a week or two to get everything uploaded, I should say. Because I'm not only uploading that, I'm uploading what I normally upload during the week. So I want to get a lot of games done. I want to do a lot of games for my channel, and I don't think I'll simply have the time if I just focus on a few games at a time. But I can't have several games going on at the same time and upload all of them at the same time, because maybe I have something else I need, because that'd just be too much for me. But if I slowly finish a game on my free time without uploading on it, commentate over the episodes as I have the time to do so, I feel that'll I can complete this marathon. I may or may not quick save and getting to the game, back to the game. I may or may not load a quick save here. I forget if I do that or not. But either way, I feel like that'd be a kind of cool thing to have going on my channel. Have marathons, and once my channel gets more popular enough, and once I know a decent amount of people would watch a video, I could probably have straw polls up asking what you guys want for future playthroughs or for future marathons. Now, regarding the game length of these marathons, I'm considering several games right now. for testing my PS3 recording, I started recording Final Fantasy 13. Not for any reason besides to test the recording, and I'd gotten around an hour into the game. So I do have a decent bit of footage of that recorded, but whether or not I'll actually upload that is another story. I'm thinking of it, but I have another shorter game here that might have people interested in. That's Sonic 06. I do have Sonic 06, so maybe I'll do that for a marathon. That'd be interesting for a first marathon, wouldn't it? I also have Ni no Kuni on the PS3, and I also have some Kingdom Hearts games for the PS3 as well. And I have, well, if you do this, well, yeah. Anyway, Gravian is an extremely strong move, so, yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, I suppose to mention this. Brasa does not necessarily have to do ACP to finish this guy off. But he has to do it at this point because other moves won't finish this guy off with that much health. If you have if you brought him down, if you brought this Shigenju down to around 5,000 HP, or closer to 5,000 HP, then Brasa's other moves should be able to finish it off if he's this Grabion's attack. I just thought I should mention that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been thinking of doing, but I don't know how it could work very well. I'm thinking about it, and I hope I can get this entire situation working. I was thinking of Final Fantasy 13, but as I think about the scope of that game, and I looked at a previous save file that I had, it's like around 40 hours, and that's not including defeating the final boss or going to the final dungeon, because I haven't done that in my original playthrough of the game. I just stopped before, however many years ago. I tried several times to go back into it, but I forgot like a lot of my character's abilities and whatnot, so I decided it'd probably be best not to try to complete the game after being away from it for so many years. And I thought maybe Sonic 06, because that's an interesting might be an interesting game to commentate through. Ni no Kuni is another RPG that I bought at full price, but I've never completed for some reason. I got stuck on a side quest and I just stopped. I don't know why, but I may go back to it at one point in the future. Keep in mind, my PS3 recordings will look very blurry, simply because I don't have the correct cables to record in a better quality than the ones I have in. Because the only way I can record PS3 recording is have an AV to HDMI converter. And because of that, the recordings don't look that great, but they're passable enough, so I'm not going to be worried too much about it. And I got the converter to record PS2 gameplay when that becomes relevant for this channel. So thinking about this a lot is something, yeah. I've been very talkative during this episode. I don't know what it is. I just switched to a different mood when I was recording this episode. I think it's because I had something to talk about in mind before I went into the episode, and I was able to fully explain what I wanted to talk about. And I'm still sort of in the same mood, and I'm not usually. I don't know how to explain this mood. Perhaps I'm getting increasingly more used to talking in post commentary. I think that may be the case here. But either way, I'm still kind of interested in how what direction my channel is going to go in, because there are several things I can do, but it's whether or not I have the ability to motivation to pursue these ideas, or to complete these ideas. I guess we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I also have Uncharted 2, but I don't have the original Uncharted or Uncharted 3, so I have no real interest in completing those games. I got Uncharted 2 on a whim, and I enjoyed it a lot. I played it, I replayed, I did several playthroughs of the game, so I have a lot of practice there, but that was years ago, and I didn't have many other PS3 games at the time, so I guess that's why I played it a lot. I just noticed now, but I do own a lot of RPGs and adventure games, and like I have very few platformers. I mean, I have, you know, Super Mario 3D Land, all that stuff. I have 3D World as well, but I don't think that'd be very fun to commentate over on my own. So, yeah. I'm thinking I should do a shorter game, but what shorter game can I do? I tend to enjoy the games I play on my channel are games I tend to enjoy, and generally they aren't very short. I don't think I want to do a Kingdom Hearts marathon, do I? I know this isn't great for commentary necessarily, but I'm just thinking about what I could do overall for the channel. And like I've said before, these kind of videos are the videos where I like to think about that kind of stuff, because there isn't a lot of things going on during these videos, and anybody whether watching this or is watching this to either know how to get the SR point, know how to pass the stage, or wants to hear my commentary. And these are the kind of videos where I like to discuss what's going on through my channel, what's going through my mind at the time, because these aren't recorded way in advance. These are recorded, these episodes are recorded usually the day before I actually upload them, or on the day I do upload them, but early in the morning, and I usually upload them late in the afternoon. I sometimes upload them earlier depending on my schedule, or depending on circumstances, I should say. Like Sonic 06 is like really the only short PS3 game I own. I guess Uncharted 2 as well, because I could get through that pretty quickly, but there's just the cutscenes. I've watched them several times already, so I don't think I'd be able to play through that again and enjoy it. Still remember when I first got my capture card, and I was thinking that I'd have to whatchamacallit, that I had to record post, because all I did back then was live. But now I do post completely, because after watching Super Gaming Brothers and well, I didn't watch Brain Scratch Comms until after I did post, but after Super Gaming Brothers talking about because I've heard about Brain Scratch Comms and Super Gaming Brothers and hearing how they do their videos sometimes. Brain Scratch Comms is entirely post, where they record the game in advance and then they just talk over it. Super Gaming Brothers do that sometimes. Now that works great for co-commentating with several people. But I have friends, but they have, like I've said before, they have somewhat different schedules than I do. So it's hard to, it would be hard to do an entire game with the and keeping up an upload schedule, or get things done within a reasonable amount of time. I'm sure it'd be possible for us to do, but I don't think it'd be. It take too much. I waste too much. I wouldn't waste too much of their time, I should say, but I take up too much of their time to do something like that. Ah, yeah, it's probably the Final Fantasy 13 footage over there that's causing that. Because I usually have, I'm looking at how much space I have left on my PC. Hang on here. Yeah, I need to delete some stuff. Should I do Final Fantasy 13? You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking about it. I have recorded a little bit of it, but I am not going to finish that game anytime soon. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking, because I could just move the footage over to my external hard drive and prevent it from having wasting a lot of space on my actual hard drive. But, I think I should just, because I'm thinking right now, because this is so, because I could either continue playing Final Fantasy 13 or just stop. You know, now that I think about it, if it wasn't able to hold my attention for me to actually beat the game, even though I got to the final dungeon, then I don't think I'd be able to complete a walkthrough of it anytime soon. I have the Dynasty Warriors Gundam game on my PS3, so maybe that'd be better. It's a shorter game. It's not terribly long. Would give people a general idea of what goes on in the Gundam game, so they have they could understand the story of what goes on in the Super Wars games a little bit more if they wanted to watch that. So perhaps I will record that Dynasty Warriors Gundam game. I have to go download it though, so that may be something that's happening. Well, we'll see what happens in the future, I suppose. So, well, like I've said, we'll see what happens. I do have Persona 3 Fez as well. I never was able to never able to get that far into the game, mostly because I played it right after I played Persona 4. And man, can I not? Yeah, man, it's really hard to do that. So maybe I'll do Persona 3 Fez as well. Very interesting. A lot of interesting things to think about here. I just remembered something that might be related to a secret in this game, and whether or not I've messed it up. Because I got the secret on my first playthrough of the game, actually, so, well, like, without actually looking up any of the secrets. So I'm wondering if I've messed up by now. Nope, I did not. Oh, yep. No. This is stage, whatever. It says during there's a route split during the stages that occupy 34 to 36. Marguerite will appear, which is the person we're fighting here, and you have to shoot her down with Crow. Yeah, there's some other conditions, but if every time she appears you shoot her down with Crow, you'll be fine. On stage 42 or stage 43, depending on which route you go, you can convince her with Crow, and that will also work. But if you know you've shot her, if you're ahead of me and you know you've shot her down with Crow, like every single time, then just keep doing that if you're unsure of well, I don't really know how to phrase that correctly, so I'll just you guys will know what I mean, I guess. But anyway, the video is far from over, but there's nothing really else left but upgrades and story that most of us can't read. So I think it may be best for me to end the commentary here, so I'm not just talking about useless stuff for the rest of the video. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye.